I can tell that you have absolutely no idea what you're doing when you're singing, but that's okay because I'm going to show you how to fix it. Welcome back to How to Not Suck at Singing, part 14. This one's a doozy because we're going to talk about yodeling, flipping, all that good stuff. We are going to be covering that one passage in that one Chappell Roan song called Pictures of You. You know what I'm talking about? Now, before I dive in too deep, I want to remind you all of what this says up here, that this is part 14 of a 14-part series so far. If this is hitting your FYP for the very first time and you have a question relating to how to sing, I recommend that you go to my profile and that you view the rest of the series because chances are I've answered your question already. So take a look at those. And then come back here when you're ready. Okay, so getting back to yodeling, right? We got this part. Sounds really tough, right? The trick to yodeling is being able to go in and out of your chest and head voice very, very quickly. So the first step is making sure that you have really solid chest voice access and that you have very solid head voice access. Again, going back to my series, there are tools, tips, and tricks that you can use to get better chest voice and better head voice access. So be sure to revisit those if that is step one of the problem. That's step one before we even get to the yodeling territory. If this is still really difficult for you to do, then the next step is to practice this passage alternating between two different vowel sounds. And again, if you've been watching the series, you knew I was going to start talking about vowels again. So you're going to practice singing the low note on an and then the higher note on an E like this. I. Hear that? I. Do you notice what else is happening as I'm doing that? I. Really, the only other thing that is moving is my tongue. Notice that? A little bit of my jaw, that's fine. Now, when you are changing vowels, you're basically changing the shape of your vocal tract, which is why this is really helpful. And if you go to YouTube or if you go anywhere else and you look at like professional yodelers, you will notice that they're using a lot of different vowel sounds based on how high or how low they are singing. That's part of why this is happening. So you'll start doing that slowly. Once you get used to that, you'll start to go a little bit faster. Okay. Once you get really comfortable with that, you're going to start to smooth out the edges of those vowel sounds. Just a little bit of something's happening in the background. Most important thing to remember is that you want to practice this frequently, but not for super long. Otherwise, your muscles get too fatigued, just like any other workout when you go to the gym. And then eventually you'll come back to this and it won't be too difficult.